Hi everyone, I'm going to talk about a flight from KMGM to KNEW. So the route, we are going from Alabama to Louisiana. The Cessna, it's got G1000, and this is a VFR cross-country flight. Apparently we want to go watch a football game. Be honest, this is probably not a flight I would do. But football, sure. I'll go for the beer. So we're planning to leave 1700 local time. It's a recreational trip, so should be a good time. So the pilot experience, fatigue, and personal minimums. So getting the weather for that day of the trip and making sure the weight and balance is appropriate for how many people I'll be bringing on, and that we're all within the weight and balance for the aircraft and have enough fuel. So as long as that all looks good, and my personal minimums for the flight are good as far as crosswinds and NOTAMs and weather. It should be okay. Fatigue. Well, if I'm going there and I'm planning to have a drink or something like that, then it looks like we'll be staying overnight. But if not, might be a little hot, might be a little fatigued in that way, so it would be important to drink water and be ready to just stay the night. I think in this situation I'd probably stay the night. That's just my initial thoughts. So the aircraft, like I talked about, performance, maintenance, weight, and balance are important. And moving on to environment. So night flying adds a whole new level of concerns. We would be, traveling at night, and it'd be important that I have my most recent takeoffs and landings. Otherwise, I couldn't carry passengers. And also just my own comfort level. Personally, I haven't flown late in a little while, so this is probably a flight that I would not do. And then we've got to talk about external pressures. So even though my friends really want to go and they have a desire, I want to complete the mission, I don't think it'd be appropriate for me to do this trip. I'm also pumping every 2 hours, so might not be a good thing. So this trip is about 275 nautical miles. It's a late departure. I'm a little worried about being fatigued. And it's airspace that I'm not familiar with, and being off the coast, who knows with the weather. That I am familiar with, being out here in Chesapeake. So assessment. So I'm a commercial pilot for this scenario. Got a lot of hours. And then I'm current and proficient. So those things are crossed off. The only thing is for me, I like making this as real as possible as a scenario. Is I am pumping, I'm breastfeeding my baby, and so I will be way too fatigued to do this trip. I can tell you I am not going to do this trip right now. And then trying to logistically keep the milk cold and everything like that, not going to happen. But if I was not, I wouldn't find it important to stay away from any drinking, so we're not doing anything that's going to be breaking any FAA rules. And to have my friends included, I don't need them acting a certain way. So maybe we just avoid all that together. And then drinking lots of water, stay hydrated, and food for fuel. So as I went earlier, the performance during the summer, there's a lot of adults. Weather, thunderstorms would be a consideration. Building of different types of cumulus clouds. Want to be careful about those kinds of things. Have a second plan. And the operating expenses that can be shared. So, per this guidance, fuel, oil, airport fees are the allowable shared expenses. Biblical integration is the prudent sees danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. So I think in this situation, it would be prudent to just maybe take a airline flight instead of me flying, considering all of my personal limitations. Takeaway, want to do a full pre-flight, evaluate fatigue, maintain my minimums, and be prepared to cancel or divert if need be. And here are my reference, and I hope you all enjoyed.